Welcome back to all existing subscribers, and anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Ed Bailey and I'm a chartered financial planner. I've previously done videos in this area on levels of income that someone might need in retirement and on the amount that they would need to save to deliver that level of income. And I'm wanting to help you get thinking about this and ultimately preparing for it, which the provider of consumer reviews and advice has done some nice little research this year, having surveyed almost 7,000 real retirees to find out their spending habits in order to answer two critical questions. How much income will I need in retirement, and how much money will I need to save to deliver that income? And I've linked the report in the description down below. I thought it'd be interesting as well to contrast this with the alternative research that I've seen in this area, and I've mentioned this one before, the PLSA, Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association, and their retirement living standards. The first part of the research looked into how much people spent in retirement, and this included those living alone and couples. The average came out at £2,170 per month, or around £26,000 per year. This being post-tax, so net amounts. This level of income covered off all the basic levels of expenditure, which came to a combined total of about £18,000. That's £18,000 to simply meet the essential spending needs, and this is quite interesting in itself, as this would be the equivalent to 2 full state pensions. They felt from their research that this was a good base level of income to aim for in retirement and then build on that level. And this 18,000 is the base level for a couple. For a single person household, this would be £13,000. In a similar way to the PLSA's retirement living standards, they've then broken this down into further categories, comfortable and luxury. And when looking at the two side by side, they aren't a million miles off, but you can see here side by side that the PLSA research shows lower minimums, and their comfortable or luxury level is several £1,000s higher for a couple, but only a difference of about £1,000 for a single person. One key factor in all of this is the likely difference in spending on travelling and holidays, as this can vary enormously, and it seems to be an important part of retirement, with the average spend being around £4,600 per year. Now, I think this bit is really interesting, and let me know in the comments below as to what you think of these spending levels. We're just looking at a retired couple here, and first up is the essential level, where groceries and housing makes up most of the costs. Comfortable chucks in a holiday and more recreational spend, and luxury looks pretty good, with a combined spend on holidays and recreation of almost £14,000 per year. I think a really valid point here is that there's clearly a base level of income needed, a minimum income level, if you like, for the essentials. And that this is really important to know, as attempting to live below that level will potentially be pretty uncomfortable, but beyond that minimum, the variations can be quite dramatic. For example, a car, the extremes from the lower to the upper in terms of price is huge, as is the same with holidays. A camping holiday in Kent is probably going to be significantly cheaper than staying at the Ritz-Carlton in Singapore. And Mike M, a fellow YouTuber, raised a very good point in a previous comment on where the focus should be. Is it on what you can pull from your funds sustainably as an income, or is it how much would I need to extract from my fund to maintain a chosen level of lifestyle? And broadly, I'd agree that the only sustainable route is really to adjust lifestyle to match income resources. I work with individuals that live vastly below their means, and their income is guided by their lifestyle, and the reasons for this vary from it simply being how they have always lived to it being a conscious decision to have as little environmental impact or footprint as possible, to others that wish to absolutely maximize their spending to get as much as they can from their money and leave as little as possible. The key thing for me here is having a savings and retirement plan with some sense of direction and doing it with conviction. Without some sense of direction, you can end up feeling a bit lost, leading to being anxious about retirement, or even worse, a horrible cliff edge situation when you realize you have insufficient money in retirement savings and major adjustments to expectations and living standards have to be made. Which leads us nicely on to how much would be needed to meet those income levels. Clearly, as we've talked about before, we can include state pensions in this. Currently, the state pension will pay from age 66, and this is increasing to age 68, and full state pension is about £9,339 per person per year with a full NI record. If you don't know whether you have it, then please go check out this video up here, as it'll guide you as to how you can check out your NI record and also give you a forecast as to what your likely state pension will be. You can also add in any lovely final or career average pensions that you might have, and then lastly your money purchase pension arrangements. And we come to the amount needed in a money purchase pension to provide the comfortable or luxurious standard of living. Now this isn't totally clear as to the assumptions used, but here they are making a comparison of either using the pension fund to buy an annuity or the fund goes into drawdown. They have stated $265,000 for an annuity purchase, which based on £10,000 of income would equate to just under 4%, which sounds about right for an annuity at state pension age. That includes indexation and is on a single life basis. The assumption for drawdown looks okay. It assumes a 3% net growth rate with a withdrawal rate of just over 6%. On that basis, the fund would last approximately 30 years. I'm again assuming that these are from age 66. And then I do like this. It gives a reference point and makes it look completely obtainable as to levels of contribution required to meet those fund levels at 20, 30, 40 and 50. As you'll see here, these are assuming retirement at state pension age. A couple in their 50s would need to save around £590 per month in total to hit a fund value of approximately $154,000, and this assumes a 3% net growth rate. This $154,000 would then be used to produce your income of £10,000 per year. In addition, you'd have 2 state pensions to hit a total level of income of around $26,000 after tax. Those savings levels and amounts are in today's money, so you would need to increase these in line with inflation to maintain their purchasing power. The chart below just shows what this would be like if you already had £100,000 saved at that particular age in time. Someone aged 40 with £100,000 saved would only need to add £32 per month to hit £154,000. It gets a bit more serious at the upper end. For someone to hit that at age 50, the couple would need to be putting away approximately £1,700 per month to get to £442,000 of savings, assuming again a 3% net return. I think a definite positive to auto-enrollment is that individuals are getting started with saving, and as this shows, and as I'm sure you've heard many times before, the earlier you start, the easier it is, but equally it is still achievable later in life where there is a sufficient gap between income and expenses and the difference is stashed away. Thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know in the comments below should you have any questions at all. Thank you.